Okay, so again, what I want these stretching classes to be useful for people. So again, I personally, for me with martial arts, my hamstrings and hips are always the most tight and bad. And I've had a request today from Ryan who's got very, very sore and tight calves, which I think we can all identify with. So this is going to be quite a calf intensive stretch. Obviously, we stretch out other things as well. But I hopefully, Ryan, there's something in this routine that does ease it. Okay, I'm sorry, Jem, there's going to be a couple of down dogs and up dogs in this because this is what I talked about. I said I used to finish training when Harun and I used to train back in the day, and Andrew. I used to go home at night. My calves used to be super sore. I didn't used to stretch them out, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, cramp, and I've all sorts of injuries and things like that. And what stopped me from getting those cramps in the night and those injuries was doing a little bit of a yoga routine every day. And now, if I maintain that, my calves are good, I can skip, I can jump, and if I don't do it, I'll go back to the way they were. So my advice is this 45 minutes is a little bit intense, but hopefully there are exercises in this routine that work for you. And basically, if I can just explain to you, it's either going to be your ankles at the bottom, which I have another student whose ankles are quite tight, or it's going to be the calves at the top, which I think is where yours are sore. Yeah. So again, this routine will look at both. But the ones at the top are the same as me. So again, we'll go through it. So basically, for those of you who are new to the class, it works like this. We've got a 10-minute warm-up. It's already very warm today, so we don't need to do the normal warm-up that we have to do when we're here in the winter. And then we're going to do a little bit of a yoga flow, and then we're going to do some seated calf stretches, and then we're going to get out the weight, and I'm going to show you some conditioning. Now, if you want to do the exercises without the weight, that's totally fine too. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do 2 tests, and this kind of tests whether, like I was talking about at the start, whether it's your ankle that has a mobility issue or the top of your calf, okay? And then we'll do the test at the end of the class, and we'll see if you have improved, okay? Does this make sense? So this test now, you might go, I'm nowhere near. That's fine. Hopefully by the end of the session, it will have improved, okay? So the first one is to take your legs out just wider than shoulder width, your toes on the floor. Now we're going to squat down in a low yoga squat, and your heels can't come off the floor. Okay, so go down as low as you can. Doesn't matter how low it is. Okay, and see if you can sit down with your heels on the floor. Now, if you can sit down all the way, then you've got very your ankles are open. If you can't sit all the way down, you put a lot of pressure on your hips. So this also warms up the hips. So stand up. Now the next one is. Obviously, the wider your feet are, the easier it is. The closer your feet are, the harder it is. I'm going to say a happy medium and go shoulder width again. I'm going to try and put my hands to the floor. Now, before I warm up, I can't get my hands to the floor. And I know it's because not my hamstrings are tight, but my calves are tight, okay? So just breathe in, bend at the waist, reach forward, and see how low you go. So I can get my fingertips to the floor, maybe knuckles, but it's very painful to get my palms to the floor. So that's the 2 tests. And if you're tighter in one than the other, you know it's there, okay? So the warm-up is going to be, you have one leg forward. I'm just going to show you from the side because it's easier to see. I've got one leg forward, one leg straight. And basically, I'm going to hinge forward. Now, when I hinge forward, I should feel it in this back calf and this front hamstring. So you can go to the front like this, but I'm just showing you from the side. I'm going to tip forward as far as I can until I either feel tightness in the calf, or I feel tightness in the hamstring. Might be different for you, but keep your back as straight as possible. So you're going to tip forward and back 10 times. Really, 1, 2, 3. Keep your head up. Keep looking forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep both legs straight and your back straight as possible. 9. On the 10th one, you're going to fold all the way forward and just take 5 long breaths. Breathing in, lengthening, breathing out, and hold it. Now from here in this position, we're going to bend that front knee, and you should feel it in the calf again, and then straighten the leg. So we're going to do from here 10 more, bending and straightening the knee. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also put your hands on yoga blocks. I should have said earlier. 7, 8, 9, 10. So come up, change legs. So I should have said, at any time when I'm saying touch the floor, if you can't touch the floor, we've got pads there you can use. But basically, hands on yoga blocks or hands on the floor. Okay, so again, just starting up, feet about 3 feet apart, going forward and back. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that head up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now on this side, because my left leg is tighter, I feel it more in my hamstring than my right calf. So this time I'm going to have my hands on blocks, and I'm going to bend my knee and then straighten my leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now these next 2 sets of warm-ups are pretty much the same thing. One is easier, the other one's harder. If you find the easier one hard, well, we go to the second one, stick to that one, is basically what I'm saying, okay? And it's a good overall stretch for hamstrings, calves, and hips. So basically, my legs and shoulders apart like a squat, and I basically put my hands to the floor or blocks, and I bend and straighten, okay? So if you're doing this and you feel it in your calves are probably very tight. If you don't feel anything in your calves, you can walk your feet in a little bit, okay? So we're just gonna keep the palms to the floor or your yoga blocks, bend down as low as you can, so squat down and look up and straighten your legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, come up. I told you you'd love this class. Right, so the next one's essentially the same thing now, only your feet are either together, depending on flexibility, or shoulder width. And this is called a monkey roll. So basically, don't do this on a hard floor, but if I show you from the side, I put my hands underneath my feet. So your feet are slightly elevated now. I squat down as low as I can, and that's when I sit my calves and hips. And then I straighten my legs, and I feel it even more. So this one here, as I'm bending, if I explained before, is more your ankles, and as you straighten the legs, it should be the top of your calf. So it's a 2 for 1, okay? So squat in and straighten as low as you can. Ready, 1. And don't worry if you can't fully straighten your legs or squat down very far, just go as far as you can go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's all the warm-up we're going to do because it should be nice and warm now, okay? Now, with the yoga aspect of it, is a lot of repetition. So if I say the word vinyasa, you don't feel like you want to do the vinyasa, just miss that bit out. But what I'm saying is about the repetition for me is the repetition you get strong in your whole body's circulating, and that's what helps your body talk to one another. The reason why we have a stiff part of our body and the rest of our body's kind of fine is because our whole body isn't talking to each other, okay? So this is the way I look at it. So from these yogas, I'm going to do them from the side, but obviously if you have more room and you can see me better going from the front is there. So we start with 3 breaths. You can either breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth, but try not to breathe through your mouth now, okay? So breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. One more time, deep breath into your stomach. So through all these movements, I want to be very conscious of every single time you move, there's a breath in and breath out. The first time through, I'll talk about what the breath is doing. After that, I'll kind of shut up about it because it can get annoying if I keep saying breathe in and breathe out, okay? So as you breathe in, you lift your arms up. As you breathe out, you fold forward. Now, in this first fold forward, give yourself a generous bend in the knees so that you can get your hands to the floor and let your back expand. Now, as you breathe in, fully straighten the legs and bring your hands onto your shins or the top of your thighs, wherever it is. But basically, everything straight. And then breathe out again. Bring your hands to the floor. Then breathe in as you take your legs back in the plank. Breathe out as you lower into a push-up. Breathe in as you come back up, and breathe out as you go into down dog. So that's an example of the breath work. Now, this is for me the best way to warm up your calves. You keep your legs straight and slowly walk your feet back into your hands. And you might not be able to bring your feet in very far. When you can't get any further, just bend your knees, breathe in, straighten the legs, breathe out, down, breathe in, come up, and breathe out. So that's like one very short sun salutation. We're going to keep doing that and adding something to it every time. But the walking in and out, for me personally, that's the bit that warms up my calves and the whole back of my body. Okay? So a little bit quicker now, I won't talk about the breath, but that's the kind of breath work. So, breathe in and forward. Step back. Breathe in, lower your chest all the way to the floor, and then raise up to what's called cobra position. So pushing up with your hands, and then curl your toes, breathe out, and go into down dog again. Now, this is another great exercise for the calves, is where you bend one knee and then straighten the other. And each time, you push the heel into the floor. Okay, so we're going to do 10 on each side. 1, 2, so I'm doing 2 to a count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then straighten one leg and lift the other leg to the ceiling. That's it. And then you're going to bring that knee through all the way to the front leg and uncurl the toes and come up. Okay? Now, from here, there's a million exercises you can do from here. All I want to do is go back to the breath work. So we're going to take the arms forward, and as we breathe in, bring them up. As we breathe out now, I want to bring your hands down like a cactus and breathe out. Breathe in, push your hips forward, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And as my knee's going over my toe, I'm stretching out that ankle. Breathe in, and breathe out. Now we're going to bring your hands to the floor. This is where you do the optional, what's called vinyasa, the chaturanga push-up, up dog or down dog, or you go straight to down dog. So I'll show the full sequence. I take the leg back, do the push-up into the cobra or up dog. So up dog is where your knees are off the floor, and then down dog. And now we take the other leg up. Really push that heel into the floor. So you should really feel it in the calf of the standing leg, and then bring the knee through to the front. Slowly with control, drop the back knee. And then you bring the hands forward. Breathe in, up, breathe out, expand. As I breathe in, I raise higher. As I breathe out, push my hip further forward. One more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Again, optional vinyasa, but you go straight to the down dog if you want. So, shut, hold your breath, breathe out. And again, we're going to walk our legs in again, just try and walk them in a little bit further forward. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, come up, breathe out. Excellent guys, doing well. Breathe in, and fold. Should notice now that you're folding a lot further forward. Okay? This time, we're going to bend the knees and come into what's called chair pose. Bring the hands forward. This is also good for the ankles. And then you breathe out again, pull forward again. Now this time you can either walk back with your feet, or if you're feeling looser now, you can jump back to plank and straight into your vinyasa. If you want, or go straight to down dog. Now this one here is another one that might open up your back. Watch closely, this is quite intense. We're only going to do 5. I bend my knees until my chest is on my, and then straighten my legs and push my heels to the floor. So every time I'm straightening my legs, I'm trying to get my heels close to the floor. Again, we're only going to do 5 because it's quite intense. Okay, ready? 1, bend the knees, breathe out. It's also stretching out your shoulders as well. 2, 3, we'll push those heels to the floor. 4, and 5. We're going to take the right leg up. We're going to bend the knee. We're going to open up the hip. Now we're going to do 5 little circles with the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now straighten the leg out again and bring the knee close to your right hand. Take the hands either side of the front leg and put the foot on the floor. This is called Warrior 1. From martial arts, we recognize it as a front stance. So now use your core to lift your hands up. Now the toe is actually facing as far forward as I can. So the toe should not be going out like this. The toe should be as far forward. Now the more flexible our calves and ankles are, the more we'll be able to point our toe forward. So again, from here, we're just going to straighten the leg and bend it until we feel a little bit of discomfort in this back leg. So again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Now turn the back foot over, bring the hands down. Again, optional vinyasa over straightening your down dog. And we're going to do all those on the other side. So lift up the leg, bend the knee, open up the hip, and then 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straighten the leg again. Bring the foot through your hands. Hands either side of your front leg. Drop the back heel. Use your core to lift. And again, get that position so you can feel the back of your calf and ankle working. So straighten the leg, bend. Hold your breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Again, swan dive the hands down, and go back toe. Optional vinyasa. And again, take a second and then walk the feet in, try and walk them in a little bit closer. Breathe in, straighten the back, breathe out, and bend the knees again for that chair pose. This time we're going to take the hands up to the sky. You should feel this in your lower back. And then stand. We're only going to do one more round, okay? But again, start to feel, mind starting to feel the back open, you can always pick. But that's what I'm saying. Just doing 10 minutes of this yoga could really open up your legs, okay? Just the last round of promise. Breathe in, breathe out, fold. Now I can get my hands all the way to the floor. Breathe in, bend the legs to chair pose, get the hands up. Let's go into a prayer and just do a little twist. Take the elbow to the outside knee and twist. Feel that in your hip. Take the arms up, twist to the other side. Okay, hands to the floor, step or jump back, into vinyasa or into straight down dog. Okay, now we're just going to lift the legs straight up, and we're going to sweep it through to warrior one, come up, and then I'm going to take the foot out to warrior two. Now, from here, same thing. I'm going to straighten the leg and bend it. Get lower. 1, 2, 3. Now, what happens here is this can also work your calf. I'm going to put the hand on the hip. I'd recommend, if you're worried about balance, having a block or a pad in front of you. Bring the leg in and come up onto one leg. Now, if you stand like this and you feel it in your calf, this means you've got tight calves. If you don't want to balance, just hold the warrior two. As you straighten that leg, you should feel a little bit of sensation in the hamstring and the hip and the calf. Just an excellent tester. And then as smooth as you can, come back into warrior two. Flip the front hand. Reverse warrior. And then bring the hands back to warrior two. Swan dive the hands down. Put the legs back. Optional vinyasa. And again, we're going to take the other leg up. Sweep it through. Turn the back foot down. Use your core to lift. Warrior one. Move our back heel back and line together. Warrior two. Then we're going to straighten and bend to find our deepest warrior two. 1, breathing in and out. 2, one more time. 3, and I'm going to put my hand on my hip. I've got my block here. Walk my foot in, come up onto one leg. So on this side, I really feel it on the top of my hamstring. So I know there's a weakness there. So this will help with strengthening. And then as smooth as you can, come back to warrior two. And then swan dive the hands down to the mat. Optional vinyasa. And either step, walk, or hop your feet to the front. And then stand up slowly, give your legs a shake. If you want to grab a quick drink, have a quick drink because I know it's super warm tonight.
I'm still conscious. Just.
Wait till tomorrow. No, I say the hot weather is great for stretching. I mean, it might be intense, but me and Andrew are paying a lot of money to go to hot yoga where they were blasting like that. You burn like 400 calories like in an hour. It's crazy just doing yoga, just standing and just sweating. So again, it's just like a free hot yoga session. So the seated calf stretches. We did some of these last week, but we're just going to do this very quickly. All I want to do is very quickly find a space on the wall. There's plenty of space. We're just going to do 2 little tests. And again, one is for the sort of ankle area. It's going to readjust the camera. You see me, Liz? Okay. So number 1 is, I'm just going to show you this way because you won't be able to see. This here is the wall. I put my hand a palm print away from the wall and see if I can touch my knee onto the wall. Okay? If obviously you can't touch it, you move your toes closer. If you can't touch it, you move your toes far away. but this will quickly identify your ankle flexibility going to the one. So one palm on the way, and see if you can get your knee to the wall. Once you can, move it back slightly, try again. This is fine. Yeah. Don't cheat, listen to your body. Yeah, that's a good one. Some of you might have very flexible calves. So we didn't do this the other week. Is if you do have flexible calves, you can use an object in between. So I hope everyone can see this. I've got that there, and then instead of putting my foot against the wall, I put my foot against the object. So again, just grab yourself a pad or a paddle or anything like that. But basically, the exercise is now, again, I use this as my fake wall. I put my hands on the wall, and I walk my hands down as far as they can. But I push my foot flat to the wall. Okay? So that's it. So you've got something to push against. It'll make it harder because you're further away from the So basically, if you're trying to measure, is this improving, is this getting worse, that's a good test. Because obviously the more objects you can put, the further you can get your hands on the wall, the better it's going. Yeah, no, I thought you'd like that one. But that's an easy one you can do once a day. Okay? So keep your pad or whatever object you have with you. It'll help for the next section. We're going to sit down on the floor. We're going to ease off a little bit, but they're two good tests. And I could definitely feel the first test worked this part, the ankle part, and the second part worked the upper. Yeah. So basically, you can work out which it is. Do you have tight ankles or do you have tight upper calves? Which again, when people say calves, ankles often mean the same thing. So again, I'm trying to show you the subtle differences between the stretches, and you need to find the ones that are best for you. So we did this. Right, there's a lot of stuff we did on Sunday now, but it's good to go. So a nice one, if you're like, I don't have much time in the day to sort of what we call floss your calves, is this. What I do is I get a big grip of the top of my foot and I extend my leg out, but I'm not really worried about how straight I get my leg. I'm worried about pulling on my toes and feeling it in my calves. Okay, so if you don't feel anything, this is great. This means you've got flexible calves. But we're just going to straighten and bend 10 times. 1, 2, let's keep going. 3, pull my camera up a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change legs and go on the other side. 1, 2, yeah, I've got my left is tight as well, right? I forgot my number 4, I think I was on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, a lot of the stretches that people think about, that they think is a hamstring stretch, can easily be turned into a calf stretch. So all I'm going to do is show you the classic hamstring stretches now, where you're like, oh, I feel my hamstrings are open, but I still can't do this stretch. Might be your calves. So first of all, if you can't reach your toes like this, just put a slight bend in your knee. okay? But you need to be able to grab hold of your foot like this. Okay, so take your leg forward here. Now, if you're feeling a stretch there, Paul, stay there, okay? If you've got your leg fully straight and you're like, I'm not feeling anything, pick your heel up off the floor. And that's now a calf stretch, okay? So now you change it again. You reach with your opposite hand. Can you reach with your opposite hand? And see if you can pull your heel off the floor again. Oh, that's harder. And then you grab with both hands and you pick the heel off the floor. There we go. Well done. And you couldn't do that before, could you, Jen? So again, with flexibility for me is the biggest thing. Like push-ups, I work with people all the time. They come in, they can do 5 push-ups. 2 weeks later, they're doing 15 push-ups. It's a big jump, but flexibility is really small gain. So any gain at all, Jen, I would take a photo of that and keep it in your scrapbook of stretching, okay? So again, doesn't matter where you are, just being able to reach your toes like this is great. So if this is like, you're like, oh, my calves are already hurting like that, stay there. But if you want to make it more intense, just lift it. Now, again, 2 years ago, I couldn't do this. So I know my calves are getting better. Reach with the opposite hand. And reach. And then reach with 2 hands. And reach. Oh. Wonderful. And take your legs to the straddle. So this is a classic, okay? So again, you might not be able to reach your toes, but the idea is now reach your toe and lift it up. Good. Go to the other side. Lift. So for you, Paul, my advice is to sit on your pad.
I can actually reach my hand.
There we go. There we go. But make sure your back is straight. Okay, then I don't know if I can do this one. Reach with the opposite hand and then lift the. Oh, I can. It's the first time I've ever done that. Other side, reach with the opposite hand and then lift the heel. Oh, well done, Jeff. But again, you'll know what I'm trying to show you. You'll know when your calves are getting better because you'll be able to do it. Does that make sense? So these are all like little tests for yourself. Right, now, never done this before either. Grab with 2 hands and lift the heel off the floor. Yes! Oh, it's so intense. Now reach the other way. Yes. Now, Gemma won't remember saying this, but Vinyasa is the one she's scared of, okay? Everyone's got a stretch that they're scared of.
I didn't mind it today.
That's amazing, Gemma. We've won. We've won. If you didn't mind it today, that's great. This is my stretch that I'm scared of. I hate reaching for my feet like this because it's only like 20% of the time I can get my head to the floor, but 80% of the time I can't. It's the one where I have the biggest amount of failure, okay? So for those of you who can't even reach your toes here, have your knees bent, okay? So it's a little stretching hack I've been doing with the class all week. We did this last week as well. So pull on your toes, breathe in. As you breathe out, so try and have your knees on the inside, Paul. That's it. There you go. There you go. As you breathe out, let your heels go forward a little bit. So let everything go. Breathe in. Pull on the toes. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, from here, push your toes forward like you're doing a snap kick, then pull them back. So forward and back. 1, 2, 3. If you get cramp, just come out of it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you should start picking your heels off the floor. Oh, there we go. Okay, give your head a shake. So again, we've already done like more on the calves than you would normally do, but again, I'm just trying to go through it. There are a million calf stretches. Now this next one is kind of new to me. A couple of years ago, I started adding weight training to my stretching. It's called loaded mobility, and for me, it really works. You can do these exercises without a weight, or you could do them with a weight, okay? It's totally up to you. There are some various weights in there if you want to grab a weight now, but you will need a weight and you will need something like the yoga block or the pad to slightly elevate your foot slightly, okay? At an angle. I hope that makes sense. So go grab a weight and bring it back to your space. There are light weights on there, heavy weights, and you can go with no weights. It's totally fine.
Well, I've come to the epiphany. I'm not inflexible. It's my arms too short.
Well, these are not. These are fours.
When I get you flexible, you'll have long arms as well. So that'll be two things I help you out with.
I suffer with that. I would want to keep your arms bent.
Feels great, right? Yes. But the problem is, there's not enough time in a class to do these sort of stretches.
Sixes, eights.
So, I'm going to demonstrate without the weight, but
Is everyone got weight tonight? Yeah.
again, this is something you can do. So, put your foot on your pad or your block so it's slightly elevated. So earlier we did a stretch where we leant forward and you might have gone, I didn't feel anything. Obviously the higher the object's is, you hold the weight in your opposite hand to keep yourself balanced with your hip, and you just fold forward and then pick up. The important thing is to keep your back straight so that you are controlled and you're not putting weight strain on your lower back, okay? So just forward as far as you can. Feel the stretch in your calf and hamstring, then come up. We're going to do 10, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel yourself going further. 6. I'm going to get my fists to the floor. 7, 8, 9, 10. Could everyone feel themselves go a little bit further forward? Great. I'll do set the other side. So it's exactly the same stretch we did earlier. All we're doing is elevating the foot and putting a little bit of weight in our hand, okay? So forward and back. Ready? 1. So I can't get my hand to the block at the moment. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slightly better. Did you watch the video I sent you earlier?
I'll speak to it.
So he's got this device where he set up like a wooden block in the thing, and I was trying to think, what have I got in the dojang that is like that? I haven't really got anything. So basically, the video I got this from was helping Ryan out with it, and basically said, add weights to your calves to help him out. Makes sense, you know, add weight to his spine. But basically, he has a long thing here that's at a 30-degree angle. And he puts his feet on it, and then he does squats. So the only way is, the thing is, I experimented before the class. If you use two separate objects, they kind of lose balance a bit. So we're going to do 1 foot at a time. But basically, if you've got something in your house like an elevated board, which is just looking at me going, I can make that. He's like handyman it. But you can do the same thing here. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squat down as low as I can. And again, you can have the weight in the same arm as you did and go down like that. But basically, you're just going to go on one leg and then the other. Okay? So, ready, squatting down, try and push your knees over your toes. Okay? Ready. 1. I'm just demonstrating what it would look like if you had 2 weights. Yeah? 2. Feel that? 3. So have your legs, toes facing forward, Paul, and feet shoulder, about 15 centimeters apart. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can feel it straight away. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if they were intense for you, stick one on, push your guys, or you wait a second. Just want to show you what it looks like with the weight. Now, you should just about whatever your object is, be able to get 2 feet on it. It's all experiment now. I'm really done it before. Like this. If you can't do that, that's okay. Just modify as you need to. But I've got both feet on the same object now. Now, for some of you, you'll just go forward, and that will be intense for you. For those of you who can easily get your hands to the floor, hold it like this. Yeah, and then back up. Okay, so depending how you've got your weight, if you're not very flexible there, but if you do, just keep it in close to you, okay? But you should be able to get both feet on there to go down and up, okay? Ready, okay. So, I'm just gonna set myself up here. Going forward, ready. 1, oh, I feel that so much. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done, guys. You just want to quickly take your weight to the blue mat and the pad. We'll finish with that now. Obviously, if it's your own, keep it. But we're just going to sit on the floor. Right. How'd you find it yesterday? That's good. Better than being in the house, though. Okay. So, basically, just before the class started, he's always helping out a lot, and I really appreciate her helping out with the classes because we just got so many students. And she said, oh, if I wasn't helping us, I would just be at home, like watching TV or like on my phone, which is what we'd all do, yeah? Now, what I want to do is, like, those rest days are really important. Still relax. I think it's very important to relax. If you do things all the time, burn out, okay? Trust me, I know. But when you are relaxing, watching TV, just grab your cup and very lightly, like, pinch the back of it like this. So wherever it's sore, just very lightly go down, yeah? Okay, so just grab your calf now, just as gentle as you want. Well, that's fine, just stroke yourself, right? But just don't let anyone look at you, okay? All right, that's disgusting, okay? So, but just find that area that needs attention. The thing is, we walk around all day, we're running about all day, and we just ignore this part of our body. While we're watching the telly, or, you know, looking on our phone, or whatever it is, just like 5 minutes a day, just give your back to your calves a little bit of attention. And you should do it after class. In fact, I should make it mandatory. Last 5 minutes of class, you know, but it sounds weird if I just at the end of class say, now everyone touch themselves. I don't know what, if I learn the command in Korean, maybe I'll do it. But, and then the other leg. So and I can just feel from my left is way tighter than my right. I just feel there's none of that tension there on the one side or the other. So this side doesn't need as much. So if one side doesn't need as much, you go, oh, I'll go back to this one then, because this one needs the attention. But again, one of the things that, again, when me, Andrew, and Harun were training, is like, we never sort of like looked after ourselves after training. And now it's like the massage, the breakdown of what's called the fascia, because that builds up, and like with Ryan, what's done is turned into knots. And now every time you exercise those knots, you pull on them. So basically, if I can give you a thing, is you need to break down the knots. If you've got knots in your muscles, every time you work out or stretch it, you're just tightening that knot more. It's like when you try and get the knot, you know, you've got a knot and you're skipping rope and you pull on it and it's like, it makes it worse, or wherever your trouser string or whatever. You just make it worse pulling. You need to get that knot out, and then you're like, oh my God, it's so much easier. Yeah, the metaphor is like, you know, what does a person do when they got a stone in their shoe? They keep going, just keep taking painkillers because there's pain in the shoe. They take the time to stop, take the shoe up, stone out their shoe, and then carry on. So this is one of the things where I tell everyone, if you've got an injury, rest it like you had to do, Andrea, or go to the physio, get that knot out, then start doing this in your recovery. But you need to get rid of the real problem first. And again, it's like I always say to you in class, I can't feel what you're feeling. And you might be training on a broken foot and not even know it, yeah? Or you might have pulled something and not even known it, and then you're making it worse. So this is one of the reasons why you come to a stretching class, and if you're finding some of these, I hate to use the word easy, but easier stretches, if you find them very painful, you might have something that you need to look at. So that's basically the message. So I hope you found it useful. And again, doing a little bit every day is, what we've done today is we kind of killed the calf. We've given it too much attention, okay? But again, I just wanted to show you we can focus on one part. When I do the stretches, I like to vary it more. But like Zoe just said, I've never stretched out my calf like this. And Zoe's a very flexible person. So she said that was really painful. So you found an area there that's tight, and maybe now you've loosened it up, your jump kicks will be better because it's not so tight. So it can always help you. Okay, guys, that's awesome. If you're staying for the fun class, please feel free to chill out for a bit. But everyone else, I think we've done our calves enough damage. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers. No worries.